Welcome to this time out with Marcus Ikure. Now, shortly this morning, I want us to talk on, there's a trend I've come to discover with our students on campus today. Now, for some time now, I've been talking so much on campus, success on campus, and lifestyles on campus. Now, I've come to understand a trend that is really very funny and nothing to write home about. And what is this trend? The level of nonchalance of students towards academics. Now, you find out today that a whole lot of students on campus are just so comfortable with mediocrity, so comfortable with, how do I put it, with carryovers. Now, in my days in the university, if you have a C, you hardly sleep well. People feel pained in their spirit when they have low results or poor results. But today, you see a whole lot of students on campus, they don't seem to even care. Their result doesn't even seem to matter to them anymore. Now, we're going to be doing a series. In the course of this series, we'll be doing interviews, talking to academians, and different operators in the academic sectors, why this trend is like this. Now, a few days ago, I spoke to a few students, and you ask a student today, what's the state of affairs of your academics? Are you having any challenge? Some of them will tell you, yes, I have a challenge. And you say, what's this challenge? You say, I have carryovers. How many carryovers? You say, just 5. Imagine a student saying just 5 carryovers. Now you ask yourself a question. What will become of your educational life? That's your education at the end of the day with 5 carryover. And this 5 carryover for some is just for a semester, or for some is just for a session. And you see some students for a course that's supposed to last for 4 years, they are doing it for 5 years. And some parents don't even understand this because so many of them are not involved in the educational system of their kids. So it's a serious danger. People are so comfortable with a lifestyle of mediocrity in the educational or academic sector today. So we want to probe into this issue. What is the cause of this high level of, lasciviousness in academics on the part of students? The high level of carryover here and there. Students, is it that students today are no longer serious with their academics, or is it that they are engaged in a whole lot of activities that is taking more of their attention, or is it because of expenses, school expenses, that they don't have the time to read, or could it be the fault of lecturers or fault of school management? Now, these are many questions we are going to be asking in this series. So I want us to ponder over this. In case you have comments, you have something to say, you have contribution to make in this regard, please feel very free to use the comment section. Your comments will be very important in this regard, so that from your comments, we could make analysis and look at for. We are interested in solution. We are interested in way forward. So your opinion matters so much to us, while we go through this whole work.
I would say some of these courses are from the students.
Students.
And at the same time, lecturers also have a role to
play. Okay, tell us about the role of the lecturer.
We have some cases whereby some lecturers, they don't come to class too often, and most of the times, it's towards the end of the semester, they just come and drop materials, which they do not properly teach those students and tell them, okay, this is what we do, and this is how we have to go about this course. And they want the student to perform very well. And you find that many of the students just have to struggle, just find a way to come out, and they don't come out very good at it.
So from your own point of view, lecturers are part of the courses?
Yes, it's not something you just say.
So lecturers have their own contribution to it. So we want to interrogate the cause of these issues of carryovers everywhere in universities today. And to discuss this with us, we have the person of Dr. Esiogene Ale with us, a lecturer in the Department of Languages and Linguistics, and fortunately, also the course advisor to a lot of students. That's 300 level students.
Yeah.
Welcome to, good to have you today, Ma.
Thank you, Marcus.
All right, so Ma, this issue is becoming a virus, a serious issue that we cannot actually sweep under the table. So we want to get your take on this, the issue of carryover. Why do students these days have so much of carryovers? Is it the fault of lecturers or the fault of the students? So let's get your take on this.
Yeah, I would say that what we see play out among our undergraduates today is kind of cumulative in the sense that parents, the students, and government all have roles to play in this.
Okay.
Now, I will start with the parents. There is a major fundamental issues with the background of the students. I will look at it from the perspective of parents rushing their children through school.
Okay.
We see pupils in primary 4 taking the primary 6 exam, thereby skipping primary 5 and primary 6. And then when they get to junior secondary school, from JS2, they're taking the JS3 exam, skipping another class. And then when they get to the senior secondary level, they also skip SS3. From SS2, they write exams. And then, of course, with the support of their parents, getting people to assist them pass these exams. And so when they get into the university, they are confused. We have children in adult bodies who do not know their left from their rights. They are not even available for us to advise on how to go about their studies. And so we see a situation whereby these students come in with that state of confusion, and now their parents are not here to help them. And so they develop this nonchalant attitude towards their studies. Another major reason why I think that these students develop this nonchalant attitude is the issue of having the mindset of studying a particular course.
Okay.
We have students coming with the dream of becoming doctors, lawyers, and what have you. And then, because they are able to meet up with the cutoff, the university offers them a particular course. And then their parents encourage them to accept the offer. And we also know of situations whereby they are being promised that when they get to 200 level, they will change.
Who does the promising?
Parents and some of their guidance in school here.
You mean not the school?
Non-academic staff and academic staff.
Okay, okay.
Not the university.
Okay.
Yes. So they are being promised that when they get into 200 level, they will change. And then when they get into 200 level and they see that they are stuck with that course. And so they start losing interest in whatever we are telling them. So they don't take their studies seriously. They don't come for classes. And then at that point, distractions from friends set in. They mingle with people who introduce them to a whole lot of things that keep them busy, and then they neglect classes. For instance, you want to register your courses, you would not meet your course advisor, you just register from nowhere. And then you register the wrong courses. Okay? Then, part of these distractions, I will also put it on the parents.
Okay.
You have a child in school. You're not able to provide for this child. And then when they come here, they tend to look for means of getting money. Some of them will delve into things that we can tag legit, like operating POS, selling for people, and combining their lectures and these other activities become very difficult for them. Then some other ones do a lot of online stuff that keeps them away from classes. During the night, they stay awake.
I believe the cause is lack of interest in education on the part of the students.
Wow.
Like majority of us, we've just lost interest in education due to the economic system and everything. Some believe that after spending years in the university, when I come out, I will not see a job. You understand? Like the money that they spent on education, they cannot regain it after education. So due to that, they lost interest in education. Why another aspect I want to talk about it? Phobia. Some have phobia for examination. Once it's exam period, it's not like they don't read. They read, but once they see the question paper, they have this phobia, fear, and out of fear they forget all that they have read. And once that occurs, you want to remember what you've read, and you end up writing something that you're not supposed to write. Yeah, you end up writing out of points. and that can lead to a failure in any course.
Okay, does it mean there's no interaction, good relationship? Because I understand that every department has what you call course advisors. Abi?
Yes.
Okay, does it mean there's no good rapport between the students and the course advisors? Because even if you have such kind of case, you can talk to your course advisor and she, guide you and counsel you on what to do about. So it's not really enough for a student to have carryover. What do you think? Don't you think so?
So me, in my own department, we have a very good course advisor who
Okay.
is ready to listen.
Okay.
Then another aspect is for the student to go and open up to that course advisor. So okay, this is the problem I'm facing. Some of them can be facing health issues.
Okay.
There can be like psychological issues and the rest of it. So that is it.
So when you say online, are you talking about the popularly known Yahoo thing
Yes.
or the legit? Because we also have legit online.
Yes, I've interacted with students. Some of
Okay.
them do the legit one,
Okay.
like trading on cryptocurrencies.
Or cryptocurrencies.
Then some other ones, they tell you openly that they're into online dating
Okay.
and defrauding some other
People,
persons. Yes. So they are awake all night, because when I see their results, I call them, invite them one-on-one to know what the problem is. They'll tell you that they don't sleep. So when they're supposed to be in class, that's when they start sleeping.
Wow.
So they stay awake to monitor their business, and then they don't come for classes. That is another reason why some of them accumulate carryover.
Okay.
And then we also have this lack of interest. They look at the society.
Okay.
What does the future hold for them?
Hmm.
No employment in view. Those graduates they see around them, they see them riding the popularly known Okada.
Okada, that's bike, cycling.
And then I was about to withdraw money from a young man the other day who operates a POS.
Okay.
And a lady standing by him said, can imagine a graduate of mathematics now operating POS. What was the point of going to school? Why didn't you just start this business? Instead of going to school, now you're a graduate, you're coming back to this. And so the interest is not there. By the time they graduate, what does the future hold for them? Where are the jobs? So they look into the future, they don't see anything interesting, and so they lack interest in their studies.
For me,
Yes.
I think some of the students they are trying to serve two masters at the same time. Like
They are serving two masters.
at the same time.
Wow, this is interesting. Yes.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Like what I mean is you can't be a student and you are into drugs
Okay.
or you are into fraudulent activities,
Okay.
dedicating time
Okay.
to other things.
Okay.
So you are bound to have carryover.
Oh, I get it. So they are distracted. A lot of students are distracted.
Exactly.
Yes. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
Yes, number one. Looks like when you come to school, normally you have an agenda that you want to come to school to read your book and everything.
Yes.
Get a good result and everything. But when you come to school, you see your guys, flashy cars, phones. Like you get distracted.
Or
Like,
you
oh
want
my
to
God.
meet up with
Yeah,
them.
like, oh my
Then you
God, like,
follow
seriously.
them.
Yes, like how can I meet them? How can I get this kind of money?
Okay.
I want to tell my parents stuff like that. Let's see.
Okay.
Start those people from school.
Okay.
Next thing, you won't come to school again. You won't come to class again.
Okay.
Only you won't attendance.
Okay. Well, do you agree with this? One of the persons we spoke to was saying that attributed blames to the parents. That most parents don't. Some of these parents don't take care. They don't take care of the financial needs of their students, of their children, and you now see the children taking to different kind of measures to hustle for money to take care of their academics. Do you agree with that? That is part of the reasons.
It's my part, but I feel that who go spoil.
Okay.
It's normal.
Okay.
If you have a kind of love for money and everything, when it has to be actually going to spoil normally. And also sometimes it's like it just happens all of a sudden when you are meant to, like
For me,
you have no choice than coming. You have no choice but just sponsor yourself.
Okay.
You have nobody sponsor your like school fees and everything. You just have to just work. Right? So you have no choice but just to divert your attention. So,
Okay. You wanted to say something.
yes, from the way the country is economically speaking,
Okay.
things are difficult.
Okay.
Some of our parents are trying to meet up for them to pay the fees. But sorry to say, some of the students are not trying
Okay.
to help the parents.
Okay.
So I don't really blame the parents, though some students are trying to meet up some don't have parents. They are the ones sponsoring themselves
Okay.
at the same time trying to meet up. But I don't blame parents that much.
So
Now, does this have any connection to the popular, saying that is trending everywhere that education is scam? Does it have any connection with that?
yes, most of them actually have that belief
Okay.
that education is scam, and so they don't put in extra effort
Okay.
into their studies.
And because they are not seeing the fruit of the education.
They
Like you
don't
rightly said, you go to university at the point of graduation, they tell you to go and learn skills again, and you are seeing graduates, even first class graduates, looking for jobs here and there, no hope for them. So you who is now in the university, you begin to ask yourself questions that, what's the hope for me? Why should I take this very seriously?
That is exactly what is happening.
Yeah, so going forward, madam, I want to ask you one very sensitive question. Do you think, because some of the students we spoke to earlier on, a few of them were actually saying some lecturers just take delight in failing students. Do you agree with that point of view?
No, I don't.
That there are lecturers who take delight in failing students. Do you
Yes,
agree with that?
I don't agree with that.
Okay.
The reason is that these students are not serious. They don't even know the course title of some of the courses they are taking. When you ask them which course or what's the course title of this particular course, they tell you Dr. Don, Mr. Ejobe's course, Dr. Ale's course. They use the names of
the lecturers.
They don't
Wow.
know. And then when they also fail, they will tell you that so and so, like Mr. A failed me,
Okay.
Mr. B failed me. And these are students who are not available to take tests. They don't submit assignments. They don't attend classes. And then for their CA, they already have 0.
Wow.
Then they show up from nowhere